Mathematicians, I was thinking about you when I was eating pizza. And I love pepperoni pizza. But sometimes we get our pizza in different shapes and cut different ways. Both of them are similar because they're both pizza, but yet they're different because of the way they're cut and their shape. Like this one's a circle and cut like kind of in a pie shape, and this one's in the shape of a rectangle, and the pieces are cut in rectangles. They call it like party cut. But that made me think about today and how we're going to be looking at numbers and the way that they're represented and how they're similar and different. And we're going to use a tool today, and that's what I want to talk to you about. I want to teach you that we can use tools to help us count, like a 10 frame. Take a look at this right now. Here is a 10 frame. What do you notice? You may have said there's 10 empty spaces or boxes on here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I agree. And look, no matter how we turn it, is it still a 10 frame? Yeah, because there's still 10 spaces no matter what. Reminds me a little bit of a 5 frame. Really study those for just a minute. How are they alike and different? Or how are they similar and different? You may have said there's 5 empty spaces on this one, and then there's 10 on this one. And if we were to set this one on top of the 10 frame, it would cover one part of it. How about that? Yeah, one row of it. Interesting. Well, we used a 5 frame to help us count before, and it helped us be a little quicker with our counting and picturing it in our mind. I wonder if we could do the same thing with this 10 frame. Let's take a look at this 10 frame with 5 markers or dots on it. Can you know just in a snap that there's 5 on here? I was thinking the same thing because we just saw that there were 5 across one row. So I knew in a snap that that was 5, but I could also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I also noticed there are empty spaces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty spaces. And when I know there's 10 on here, that can help me too. So I can look and say, oh, there's 5 empty spaces. There must be 5 dots on my 10 frame. Let's take a look at now another 10 frame. Let's really study that for a minute. How is it similar and how is it different from the first 10 frame? You may be saying, oh, there's 5 dots or markers on here, right? I could look at this really quickly and say there's 4 here and 1 more. So 4, then 5. Are there 5 empty spaces again? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's similar about them, isn't it? 5 empty spaces, 5 dots. How are they different? Oh, they're positioned differently. We've got the 4 here and the 1, and these are 5 all across. Look at that. Our 5 frames can help us to count quickly and also notice things about these dots. Let's take a look at one more set of 5. You probably noticed there were 2 right here. You probably noticed that in a snap. And then there's, if we count on, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still 5 dots on here. So that's the same as these 2 other 10s frames. But what else? Oh, they also has 5 empty spaces. Yes. This one is just positioned differently, or the markers or dots are put on here differently because we have 2 here and 3 here. Mathematicians, our 10 frame can really help us count quickly, can't it? And it can also help us notice that no matter where those dots are arranged, if it's still the same number of dots, the number doesn't change. Take a look at these two 10 frames. Really study them. Each of them has how many dots on it? Did you say 6? I agree. Now I want you to think, how are they similar and how are they different? How are they similar? Let's start with that. Did you say there are 6 dots? Here I see 3, and then I count on 4, 5, 6. Here there's 5, and then I count one more, 6. That would be the same. Both of them have how many empty spaces? Yes, 4. You may have come up with some other things. You know, I wonder, could we create another set of 6 on this 10 frame? Pause for just a minute and either draw this in front of you of where you would put the dots on a 10 frame, or you can just tap the screen on where you would put it on the 10 frame. Go ahead and do that now. You may have put your dots like this. Look at that. There's 4 dots kind of together here is what I see, and then 5, 6. There's still those 4 empty spaces. You may have put them in another place as well. And that's okay. The cool thing is that with a 10 frame, it doesn't change. When we put 1 dot in each space, those 6, no matter how we arrange them, are still, they're still 6. Now, I want us to make the number 9 on the 10 frame. How many do we have on there right now? 5. We know that one in a snap because right across the top, there's 5 already. So we've got to put a couple more on here. So let's see. I'm going to start counting from 5. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Oh my goodness, since this is a 10 frame, how many empty spaces are there going to be? Just 1. Could we arrange them in a different way? Is that still 9? Yes. You know, mathematicians, you may want to even position them in a different spot or arrange them in a different spot. Really, what I want us to end with today is remembering that we can use tools to help us count, like this 10 frame, and it helps us count quicker, and it also helps remind us that no matter how these dots are arranged, if you only have 9 dots, you only have 9 dots, no matter how they're arranged. So as you're counting this week, I want you to remember that and be thinking about that as you're counting all around you. Off you go.